I'm Gary Anderson. You're watching Behind the Bar with Paul Starr.
Welcome to Behind the Bar with Paul Starr, brought to you by William Hill, the proud sponsor of the World Darts Championship. This week, we're on location at the Arena MK, and earlier on we caught up with PDC Director Rod Harrington as we look for some value in this year's Premier League. And Rod, thanks for joining us. It's Thursday night, the Premier League gets underway in Leeds. 10,000 people. What a show this is going to be this year.
It is. I mean, we talk about dart matches, dart tournaments, but the Premier League is a show. The crowds are completely different. They can be a bit boisterous at times, as we know, but the players have got to get up there, not only throw brilliant darts, but they've got to be entertaining. And that's what the Premier League is all about. And of course, huge prize money and the huge gambling side of it as well.
Yeah, and of course, Rotterdam this year, a little twist to it. We're going to the Netherlands. That's sold out immediately. Fantastic.
I think it was 48 minutes that it's actually sold out in. I mean, that's been on the cards for a couple of years, and probably 2017 you'll see one in Germany, perhaps in Berlin. I mean, I foresee that the Premier League will become a European Championship League, because that's the way the game is growing, and the more and more Europeans that start playing, we're seeing some great players come in, and once they start moving up the rankings a little bit, perhaps we can stick a few of them in, and then really make it international.
Very much so. Now we look, you said it is actually the top 10 on the order of merit, so nobody can argue with the picks. If we have a look at the betting, MVG 5-4, he's not world champion, but 5-4, is that a good 5-4?
It's not a good 5-4, no, because you've got 15 weeks and then the final. But if you're a gambler, then 5-4 is probably what you're going to take. I mean, over that long distance, 5-4 is not a great value because anything can happen. But you've got to look how young Michael van Gerwen is, how consistent he is. Is he going to be in? He's going to miss relegation, we know that. And so that puts him in prime position to make the O2, the 16th night, where there's going to be 4 players. And he should make that. And is he going to be the favourite on that? He's going to be odds-on favourite if he gets there. So the 5-4 now, he's better than taking the odds-on for that last night. So, he's going to be the player to beat. Yeah,
and then we go world champion, back-to-back world champion, Gary Anderson, 3-1. That seems a bit narrow, but then again, back-to-back world champion. What do you think?
Well, I mean, Gary Anderson won it last year as well, Paul. So, you can't write Gary off. Gary's the sort of player that just rocks up, doesn't seem as if he's interested, but I can assure you he is. Yeah. And like last year, Dave Chisnell, darts to beat him.
Yeah.
Got over that, went on and won it. Yeah. Over the best of 11 legs, first one to 11 legs, in them finals. It is still anybody's game, but it's those people have got the extra scoring power that Van Gerwen, Anderson especially have got. That's where they make the hay when the sun's shining. They just keep pounding people, and so on the average, they're going to get over the line first.
And when you said, of course, he's the holder, of course, he's won it before, so he's won 4 majors, 2 Worlds, 2 Premier Leagues. It shows that he is the man for the big occasion on the big stage, really. Young Gary. So Taylor, 6-1. 6-1 Phil Taylor. Is that value?
Well, I think it is. I mean, you've never seen Phil Taylor 6-1 before for a long time. It is value. It looks like he's got his darts sorted out. He's got a brand new set of darts. They seem to be comfortable. And if he gets his game back, and I don't think so much the darts, I think it's the mindset. Just feeling comfortable, getting that so you're confident in your own ability again. I think that's all the little things are lacking in Phil. But if he makes that top 4 at the O2, then yes, he's going to be in the mix.
Yeah, very much so. Then we look 80-10s, Peter Wright 16s, Michael Smith 18s. Anything that jumps out to you there?
I think it's too early for Michael Smith. I'm hoping he's going to settle in. I hope it isn't going to ruin him like it has done a few other players. I don't think it will. But Chizzy is always going to be there about. But I'm going to be honest. The snatch that Chizzy has, until he gets that really sorted out, I find it hard for him to win a major.
Really?
Because under crucial times, that comes out. He's a great scorer. He'll probably hit more 180s than anybody in the Premier League. But just getting over the line at times does let him down. Barney, for me, I mean, he's always in the mix. He's always playing well. If you're looking for value, a bit of each way, who's going to make that O2? Barney, I think he's 28-1.
28-1.
I mean, you've got to look at that as a good bit of value.
Yeah, and of course he knows how to win the tournament, doesn't he?
Well, he knows how to win every tournament.
Yeah, of course.
So, we know he can win it. It's just Barney that's got to believe that he can win it.
Yeah. First round of fixtures in Leeds: Wright Smith, MVG Wade, Thornton, Chisnell. Now, after what's happened in the Masters, my word, I mean that's got to hurt Robert, hasn't it?
Oh, well, he was 8-0 up, and then all of a sudden you could see he lost his shape, he lost his form, he lost his height. You know, he's coming here and trying to pitch up, which is very unusual for Robert.
Yeah.
I mean, he had once he won the Grand Prix and beat Michael, he has had a little bit of a dull period, and I think it was down to his foot more than anything. But, you know, all of a sudden 8-0 up, if he'd have finished off the game 10-4, 10-5, he's coming out of this going, yeah, I'm back. But all of a sudden I can really put him on the back foot.
Yeah, that's got to hurt, hasn't it? And what about this? Gary and AD, rerun of the World Championship. Hey, hasn't worked for them in the Masters, though, has it?
No, both of them are out. Gary was not well beaten by Van der Voort, but certainly Kim Ibrex made a good job on AD Lewis. Yeah, I mean, AD, we know what the talent this young man's got. I just think that sometimes he turns up and I don't think it's interest. I just don't think he's got enough strength. He hasn't got that. Come on, let's get going. It's going through the motions, and you can't just do that when you're playing these top players. I mean, we have to say that Anderson's a little bit of the same sort of player, but you know, coming into that, if you're looking at the odds, you know, Anderson is the favourite out of the two, and rightly so.
Yeah. Now, if we look. A little bit of value of the 10 players. Michael 5-4 down to Thornton at 50-1. Where's your money?
Well, I'd have to go with Michael or Anderson. They are the two form horses. They're the two power scorers, really consistent. I mean, a lot of people will still take that money on Phil Taylor because, you know, sometimes it's because they love him and, you know, he's been going for so long. So there's a little bit of favouritism in that bet. But the bet for me is the 9 dart leg, Paul. I mean, it's going to go. We've seen Michael van Gerwen miss it 3 times in his first match here at the Masters. I mean, it's incredible. The scoring power of these boys now, the boards are getting better and better, the wires are getting thinner and thinner, which makes the trebles and the doubles a little bit bigger, let's be honest. So the 9 dart leg is the must for me. And I mean, when you look at value, sometimes, like on the William Hill website, I don't always look to see who's going to beat who. Look into the markets. The one I love is how many legs in a match. Here at the Masters, the first day, I think I predicted 4 games over 15.5, over 16.5. All of them were over.
All landed.
Yes. I mean, so, you know, look at them markets. Look at how many 180s in a match. How many Chisnell or Anderson or Van Gerwen going to hit. Checkouts. James Wade, just over the 100, does it frequently. So does Barnveld.
Yeah.
So, you know, look at them markets. I mean, I think William Hill are doing about 28 markets for each game.
Yeah.
So there's some value. And also, if you do fancy, say, the underdog, the outsider against someone, perhaps have half your stake on him to win, but also hedge it a little bit, take the handicap as well. You're just giving yourself a little bit of extra value, because how many times you go, oh yeah, he's going to win it, Thornton 8-0 up, you know, and sometimes, you know, ditch out as well, because sometimes it goes south, as we see today.
Well, very much so. Because today, say Thornton 800-1 with some of the layers, unbelievable. I wish I was on, Rod. I wish I was on.
Well, I can't gamble. I'm glad I can't because I'd probably be broke.
Well, I'll tell you what, there you go. That's Rod Harrington, 5-4 MVG, 3-1 Gary, but it's all about the 9 darter in this year's Premier League. Great to catch up with Rod Harrington there. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's free. Like our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter. And join us next week on more Behind the Bar, brought to you by William Hill, the proud sponsor of the World Darts Championship. We'll see you then.